Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Sunless Skies, in a game where we look for... I actually forget what we're looking for. I have my notebook in front of me, we can look for it. But we're looking for the rest of the things that exist in this map. I'm gonna fully repair my hull, because we can do that. And I paid 222 sovereigns for that. That is pretty good. The visa checkpoint... Oh yeah, I don't need to go to the fortnight at the moment. I don't think I need to do anything in here. We are currently in the, well, anything anymore here in the Eagle's Empyrean. And we have a wonder over there, and we have our way out. We unfortunately have no way of getting money, so we need 2 more of these. 5 verdant sacks of seeds delivered to Aklis, which is, of course, down southeast. So, actually, we might be able to buy some of that. If we just look at what exactly is being exported. Because we can get some in Piranesi. No, actually, it's in Aklis itself. Yeah, in Aklis itself, there's things. But there's potentially also things over there, and that's where we're going. We're leaving. And with 7 supplies and 7 fuel, I think it'll be just fine. It's not going to be an issue at all. These next few episodes are probably going to be very heavy on exploration. The last few episodes have been very heavy on exploration, so... So, yeah, that's the future at the moment. At least I think so. We have 3 things that we found. Let's go to that one. Well, actually, let's go to that one. Let's explore the darkness. I don't think anything is going to be shown in the darkness. Or found, I should say, in the darkness. Apart from these guys. I'm being pushed. This is very useful, honestly. Why is that darker than normal? What is that? Seriously, what is that? Why is it bad? Have I been through places like that? Nah, probably. Okay, we got something that is useful. And it is a ship. We're gonna scavenge it, enter through the awning. Oh, more than dead. Let's get that done. Boarding. Let's go to the magazine, see if we can find... We found something. Carefully packed munitions, that's good enough. And we got things over there. Let's send the bat out again. The bats. Is it multiple? No. Yeah, it used to be multiple and not anymore. Return to find 3 things. We got some stuff over there. And we definitely have stuff up ahead. But unfortunately, the winds might be against us at this hour of need. Nah, possibly not too that big of a... It's not going to be that big of a deal. Hi. We did it. We can plunder the dowser. We also took a little bit of damage, most likely. Who knows what you might find. And scavenge its plating. We don't need that, apparently. You can hear dripping water as you explore the lightless engine. A cracked pipe, perhaps. Yes, perhaps. The bridge... And our turret goes up. The bridge is a wreckage of glass and bodies. Here, peppered with glass, is the captain's log. Not as is usually the case, a record of their travels. But a mix of poetry, fragments, sketches, meandering theories... and ambitious schemes to overthrow the Empyrean. And we got a plaque of a dowser, but also a moment of inspiration. We had a few of those already. Let's go back north from here. We are exploring the unexplored so far, so we are sort of going all over the place. So I did take a little bit of damage because I crashed against the dowser. And hopefully they don't shoot me. They didn't. What is this? Oh, it's another one of these. The Only in Silence. That is such a weird, sad name that I like. Let's do the same thing. We can repair our stuff. Not mourn the dead this time around, interestingly enough. And we find an aromatic casket with caddy of dry tea. We found these plenty of times, so we don't need to read those descriptions. Although, of course, you can pause the video and read if you're interested in that. Because it's all new. And also, we have a thing over there. Not that we're gonna go back. I probably should, actually. Turn the lights off. Don't necessarily want to find out what that is. I mean, I know what that is. But I don't want to find out. Wait a minute. We haven't been here, have we? No, we have. It's the ones where we refuse. Yes, my terror falls. Refuse all the time. That is just never accepted. We paid dearly for accepting it before. And I would rather have not done that, to be honest. Okay, our fuel situation is pretty good. This ship is very nimble. I swear it's faster than the other one. But I don't know. The other one was... It's the nimbleness of it. I really enjoy driving this one. So we got some things up there. Some bad things over here. Please don't see that. Maybe it isn't such bad things as that. Wee-hee! Yeah, don't mess with that. I wonder if I can shoot it while it is in that state. We got a little bit of amber. We're hearing also terrible sounds that I would rather not hear. So we got more things. Okay, nothing to the northwest, at least as far as I can tell. But we really need to take these seriously. Although that one over there is probably nothing. But we need to take these seriously because they might be cities. And at least that's my hope. Beware of dowsers, Captain. Yes. Also, what is that? A gleaming hulk in the dark, a wreck of a type you've never seen before. A vast wreck, larger than any other locomotive you've seen. Armor rattles in the wind. An Albion flag flies tattered almost beyond recognition. The hull is cracked like an egg. A charred and tangled engine exposed to the air. The Beringer reads the nameplate, though some wag has appended a question mark as you approach. You see figures scrambling behind guardrails. Revolutionary slogans graffitied across every rusted surface. The Beringer is still very much occupied, and we're gonna board it. A dozen figures in heavy coats hang from the side of the wreck, waving joyously as your engine docks. You step into the Beringer's halls. To a swelling crowd and a babble of cheery greetings, everyone is wearing a mask. The crowd parts. A woman glides to your side. Her scarlet leather jacket gleams with buckles and vestigial straps. Her face is hidden behind a mask in the shape of a screeching bat's face. "Glad to have you aboard," says the unassailable founder, shaking your hand. The unassailable founder's bat mask is impassive. She gestures to the wall of masks behind her. "Choose," she says. And we can. Because we don't have any of these. We can also choose a mask. We can speak. Okay, let's speak first. Before you don a mask, you have questions. Who is she? How did the Berenger or whatever end up out here? How did a London dreadnought end up wrecked in Eleutheria, crowded with devotees of the liberation of night? The founder waves a gloved finger disapprovingly. "I can't go prattling my secrets to just anyone, can I? Join our community, put your trust in us, and I'll extend some trust in return." Okay, so we have listen to lectures, deliver lectures, conduct experiments, and opportunities to debate. Let's go with conduct experiments. Choose the mask of a scintillant, a woman's face wreathed in glorious flames. "The scintillant learns through experimentation," says the founder, putting aside concern for the safety of others or themselves. The flames on the mask are orange-yellow tissue which rustles as you move your hand. "The scintillant's purpose is to visit the laboratories and take part in experiments," says the founder, clapping you on the back. "Good luck. Last time I went to the laboratories, I lost a finger." The Berenger's rusting innards have been hollowed. The walls and floors of a dozen interlocking corridors have been methodically stripped away, carving a vast hive-like atrium draped with ladders and crisscrossed with rope bridges. Anarchists bustled back and forth between a circle of iron doors below. The largest are labeled laboratories, forum, and hall of debate. A stream of fellow fire-faced scintillant are exiting from a door marked laboratories, carrying between them another singed scintillant on a stretcher. And we can indeed go to to the laboratories. Let's approach the unassailable founder, though. Strike up a conversation, or perhaps swap your mask. I don't want to swap my mask, but it might be possible. It is indeed possible. Ask what she's not telling you. Estimation of the founder. Interesting. We got a lot of long-term objectives in this map. The founder lingers in the Berenger's central atrium, hands in the pockets of her leather jacket, chatting to everyone who passes. She combines an encyclopedic knowledge of everyone's names and habits with the uncanny ability to recognize them despite their mask. Questions, complaints, she asks, turning to you, or simply here to take a new role? Nope, I can leave now, and let's make my way to the laboratories. A crude orange mask symbol has been painted above the door. Next to it, someone has scrawled, "Danger, science occurs within." The Liberation have kept most of the Berenger's laboratories intact. Every functioning laboratory has a sign-up sheet tacked to its door, begging for volunteers. Scintillants flit back and forth carrying clipboards, calipers, vapor-spewing flasks. There's no shortage of work to be done, and few brave enough to do it. And we should be able to do some of it, hopefully. Hopefully. Conduct your own experiment, recruiting the Scintillants as volunteers, or I can take part in an experiment as a guinea pig. Maybe I don't want that. I mean... Interesting. So we can just repeat that. Welcome back, yeah. Let's go with the lectures here. A sculptured silver rose, blank, eyeless, mouthless. The aspirant listens, says the founder, and blossoms. As the mask slips over your face, you realize that it is ingeniously designed so that you can see perfectly between the folds of the silver petals. The aspirant's role is to absorb, says the founder. Go to the library and read a book, or go to the forum and enjoy yourself. Stay quiet. Grow. Well, yeah, let's do that. To the forum. A stream of aspirants, supplicants, and recalcitrants are barreling through the double doors. The forum greets you with a cacophony of competing voices and the acrid stench of gunpowder. This was once the Dreadnought's vast storage room, and now munitions crates have been stacked and shoved together to create a semicircle of stages. Hopefully no one lights a cigarette. The stages are occupied by supplicants. Voices raised. I'm gonna tell a story from your travels. You're wearing the wrong mask, but surely they won't mind if you deliver an impromptu talk. Probably they will. Let's not do that. Even though, yeah, let's just do that after. You flit between supplicants, one tripping over his words, another reaching her conclusion. Finally, you find a speaker whose words are intriguing. And with that, I'm going to attend a lecture. The first lecture you notice is being delivered by a compact woman of unmistakably military bearing, with one leg that appears to have been replaced below the knee by a fire poker. She is talking about something called, quote, the binary, unquote. A team of recalcitrants are trying, but failing to shout her down. The other lecture to catch your attention is being boomed across the forum by a tall, grotesquely muscular man with a beard that explodes from beneath his mask. His voice is both extremely loud and mesmerizing in its sing-song cadence. So I can listen to this binary thing, or to the muscular man. You're unsure what you'll gain. Yes, you will gain a savage secret and Ulitherian mystery. Okay. And also will gain me the respect of the founder. You know what? Let's go with that. What could be causing such acrimony? Beneath the cries of her detractors, you only managed to catch snatches of the supplicant's lecture. Apparently, when the halved had a twin, it was collectively called the binary. The supplicant speaks of devils in the binary service, responsible for preparing a raiment of killing light for one of their masters before he went to war, and a mantle of merciful radiances when the other went to parley. But they betrayed their master, she says. Amid a fresh chorus of shouting, she begins to talk about a doomed, quote, peace conference, unquote, a peace with whom you couldn't catch. Before she can say much further, recalcitrants storm the stage and drag her away. Some truths are too dangerous even for the denizens of the Berenger. Indeed, but I have gained, by listening to the lecture, you have shown the founder that you can be an aspirant. Perhaps now she will tell you more about herself. Yes, I can do that. I can also head to the forum, apparently. No, that's back over here, so let's approach the founder. I don't think she can tell me anything about herself. Or maybe I can. Ask her why or ask why her mask is different from the others. The face of the bat is distinctive. You've not seen another during your time aboard the Beranger. The founder laughs. My father was a diplomat for London. In my formative years, we were stationed on an island called Visage, far out to sea. The locals' lives revolved around the mask they wore. We chose our faces for ourselves. I was keen to implement something similar here. She adjusts her bat mask. This represented the worst of outsiders, the exile who brought nothing but misfortune and death. After I turned traitor and left the Admiralty, it seemed an appropriate statement. So we can deliver lectures. Let's go with that. Switch to the mask of a supplicant. The supplicant's job is to talk, says the founder, fastening the mask of a hideously toothed angler fish over your face, and perhaps entice. A miniature lantern dangles from your new mask, swinging back and forth between your eyes. The supplicant gives speeches in the forum, says the founder. Thanks to the mask, a person's reputation, or lack thereof, doesn't matter here. Just stand and talk, and if you're saying something worthwhile, perhaps you'll attract an audience. Let's head to the forum then. And I can tell a story from my travels. It's not precisely a lecture, but as a supplicant, you can speak about whatever you wish. The right audience will find you. And it will. My terror has fallen. You climb onto an unoccupied stack of bomb crates and launch into a reliable favorite from your stable of anecdotes. You attract a small but excitable audience who gasp and cheer at all the appropriate moments. When you reach the conclusion, they applaud more than politeness necessitates, which I suppose is a good thing. And I'm also gonna... Oh, why can't I deliver a letter now? I can attend a lecture. You flit between supplicants. One is tripping over... That's bad. I can leave the forum now. So I can't do that again? The clamor of 1,000 mingled speeches fades as you return to the hollow at the Beranger's core. And I can head to the forum. I suppose I'm not going to be able to do that again. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't have done that, I suppose. Let's approach the founder and see if we can get the other one. Conduct experiment. The mask of the scintillant, that's the one. The recalcitrant is apparently to debate. A snarling face halfway between bulldog and gargoyle. A difficult role, cautions the founder. A squabbler, recommended for those who have spent time as an aspirant. Yeah. The mask is oddly uncomfortable, digging into your skin, cutting off the blood to your ears. You peer out through a wall of gruesome fangs. Go to the forum or the debating hall and raise hell, says the founder. Ask impertinent questions. Hit close to home. The mask allows you to speak loudly and truthfully without losing friends. Let's go to the hall of debate. Recalcitrants barge in like ants, invading a rival nest. Some wit has painted over the door, quote, abandon the slippery slope, all you who enter here. The Hall of Debate was once the Dreadnought's gun deck. A row of gargantuan cannons still point out at the empty sky. Recalcitrants swarm under the artillery, shouting, stamping, and roaring. The main debates take place on a raised platform. Would-be rhetoricians take center stage, declare their argument, and await challengers. 3 recalcitrants state their position. Which will you dispute? Well, I have a choice this time. Even though my chances are terribly bad on the first 2, morality is a social construct that collapses without the fear of punishment, says one. This recalcitrant clearly hopes to deal only in abstract philosophical matters. The audience won't have a personal stake in the outcome, which I fail to see how is possible, but sure, a successful debate will earn you respect with the founder. Let's go ahead, and we did it with a 80-something% chance to do that. 81, actually. Consider Plato's ring of gyges, declares your opponent. If there were no consequences, no one alive could resist the power to enrich themselves at the expense of others. You offer a counter. Perhaps the majority would succumb, but there are some to whom their self-image matters more than their mask. After a raucous back and forth, she concedes defeat, which was, I should say, on a technicality, but still, and the surrounding recalcitrants roar. Yeah, that was her own fault. I've never I know I've seen a couple of movies where debate class is a thing in the US. I don't think it is a thing, or ever was a thing, throughout the 20th century, and certainly not today here in Europe, at least not in Portugal anyway. So the art of debating, even though it is a very historically relevant thing, I never learned about it. I know some of the things, and mostly from the movies I've seen. And of course, I did have philosophy and a couple of classes in high school that taught me some of the basics about argumentation and logic, and basically those are two things that go into debating. There's another thing though in debating, and the reason why I'm not missing anything by not having had any classes in that. Debating is very much about winning and losing. It's not really about coming to a conclusion that is true, which is rubbish. And historically, it is like that. And to the point where, for example, sophists, or sophistry anyway, used to be a very respected school of people who debate. And there were other things. It was never, historically, it isn't about coming to a correct conclusion. Here, in this case, the argument is interesting, but it lost because it apparently was an argument about everybody not, without a fear of punishment, everybody would not have morality. There's a lot of ways to puncture that hole, though, or puncture that skin. But the way I did it is just say, oh yeah, but some people wouldn't fall for that. And then their argument is wrong, because it's not everybody. So you know what I mean? It's like, you didn't really go to the heart of the matter here, which is an interesting thing, and certainly a subject of much discussion among philosophers and politicians and, at least politically minded people anyway, not necessarily politicians. Certainly not politicians, because this is just way too high of a debate for politicians to talk about, what I do think that an anarchist society without the hierarchies of punishment could sustain itself, given the certain circumstances in the system and all whatnot. Yeah, you're never going to see politicians talk about that. I mean, you might, if you live to be 200 years old or something. So let's see what happens. You offer a counter, and the recalcitrant roar. Someone presses a coin purse into your hand. A bounty, he says. We've been trying to best her for weeks, and I got 25 sovereigns from that, which is nice. And I can now approach the unassailable founder, but I don't think I can do anything with that. And we have done everything over here. I mean, everything that I want to do anyway. I can head to the forum. Maybe I'm going to be able to do something with that. Oh yeah, the forum greets you with a cacophony of competing voices and the acrid stench of gunpowder. And I'm going to tell a story from my travels. No, I'm not. That's the bad one. Also, there's probably a check there. Let's leave the Beranger. Your crew expresses a measure of relief at leaving behind the Beranger's babble, its crowds, its ceaseless bustle. Not to mention that riotous smell of rust and sweat and gunpowder. As the unremittent darkness swallows your train again, the crew's relief turns to dismay. Maybe the Beranger wasn't so bad, they say. Maybe you could turn around? We're hugging it right now. It's fine. I couldn't actually move out of that. The wind was pushing me. I think I'm gonna want to go to Pan. We really need to go to Pan. This wind is gonna be a pain to deal with. Also, it is probably a good idea to go to Pan, because I can go around. So let's see what we have over here. A little bit of supplies. Scavenge that. Hull recovery. Look at the thing in the background. Isn't that super scary? I think it is super scary. Okay, the wind is abating. We have that is some wood. It's been a while since we've seen one of these. Withered roots coil in the sky, tangled as plaits of witches' hair. I think I've seen that description before, because I'm not really sure why the apostrophe comes after the S, which means that it's the hair of witches rather than the hair of a witch. Although, yeah, you need to say a witch's hair and put, anyway. Lovely soundtrack, and also, my god, look at the thing in the background. I hope the gods are happy your driver says. The candle wind can hound this place. I think it's hounding pretty well right now. Just saying. The candle wind moans like a starved dog. Belies... Oh, crap. I don't want that. No. What is that? That's something ghastly. Yeah, that's something bad is what that is. I'm full steam ahead against the wind. We found some stuff right ahead. We're gonna push through. On the way back, it's a lot better, though. Maybe the wind stops over here? This is the fastest we can go, so... You might as well... I wonder what's gonna happen when we stop being in the wind. Are we just gonna shoot forward? Oh, you can't... You can't do things. Let's force the doors of the hold open. We're gonna lose people. And we did. Your crew attached cables to the wreck. And we found a thing that is money. That's not the first time that it happens. I have a lot of crew in my deck. Then the soundtrack went away. Okay, something ghastly there that I'd rather not deal with. And just things. Hi! Aren't you a cutie? You're not. That's, I probably could have turned my lights off and had time to evade that thing. Can we not do that right now? Didn't I say send the bat out? Yeah, the bat didn't have anything for me. Which is good news, because that means there's nothing there. Can we really not do that? That didn't hit, miraculously. It's too far away. What is this? Woohoo! It's not on the foreground, so it doesn't matter. Go away! I'm not in your house anymore! What do you even want from me? That thing homes on me. It really looks like it hits because of the debris. But that's just how it is. I don't remember if we can recover anything in Pan. But I'm thinking we might have found everything already. Let's hope that we find a bounty in Pan that tells us of a place that we haven't been to. Because at this moment, it's probably the likeliest of scenarios. I really did enjoy the Berenger, though. It's a funny place. Fun place, not necessarily funny. It's not like that place where you have to drink every day and whatnot. No, what was it called? The Wollaburley Juxtamare or something? That was a riot. But that was also this episode. Where am I going right now? Over here. Because we're out of time for the day. So we're just gonna dock in Pan and say goodbye. I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Sunless Skies. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.